Oh boy.
So,
There's a triplex pump.
yeah, right. Yeah, it feels like a while ago with that freeze, but yeah, I don't know if anyone's seen the floor in there. I have gotten it dried out, which is nice. And there's definitely a little bit of pop in the floor. They did pull up the carpet to inspect it. It is basically particle board. It's not sealed. You know, it's an old. Yeah. So anyway, I had two companies come in and provide a quote for just repairing the flooring in the bathroom. Simple, straightforward there. And then also, as I'm driving away, as I'm visiting this place day to day, trying to figure out if we are flowing yet. I mean, I can see straight through under the trailer. Our skirting on this side is way worse than on this side. And it's probably due to plowing and stuff, but also pretty bad over here, which I would think is kind of protected from the porch. But that whole side is pretty bad. It's just kind of caving in and whatnot. We also don't have any insulation back behind the skirting. So, yeah, none. We do have a vapor barrier on the ground, as I investigated down there.
There?
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
So, yeah, there's so many spiders. And also bees nests. Also bees nests. So I have been wondering, we've been getting a lot worse with bees nests. I'm allergic to bees. But they are taking up home under here because we're just not sealed. So
If we were sealed, you could bomb underneath there.
yeah. So
seal it back up.
yeah, lots of spiders, lots of bees nests, the airflow, no insulation, all that. So I got the skirting quotes. Just to, you know, that's our main core down there to keep this building from getting any problems. So I do believe that the skirting is pretty important, but it's on there. And then for grins and giggles, because I have a flooring company out here, I said, hey, can you draft me up a bid for if we had the same flooring throughout? As you're aware, this carpet is pulling up. It bubbles everywhere. It's a tripping hazard. It's terrible. It provides a smell to this office.
832 square feet is all of it.
Yeah, so we would leave the bedrooms as they are. There's no need for doing the bedrooms. And I'm, you know, not, and I asked for the cheapest type of flooring, not looking for creme de la creme. The subfloor in here is, Bob and I have had companies come out just to make sure that there was no mold when I first started working here, because last thing we need is a health hazard for employees. There is no mold and stuff like that, and the people at the time said the smell is coming from the subflooring. I think...
What is the subfloor?
In here, yeah.
It's a particle board or particle board.
Well, it's right there, you can see it.
All the way through?
Just
Particle board on top.
Yeah.
It's not. It was put down long before they had the OSB.
Yeah.
Right, but it used to be subfloors back about when this was built. Of course, this is a mobile home, so I don't know. Or plywood, 5/8 plywood, and then 5/16 particle board on top. Nailed to it. That's how my whole house is. I was wondering if it was shouldn't just be the particle board.
You can't remember.
I
They
don't know.
probably put a foot through it, quite frankly. So something else under there.
Yeah. But part of that flooring would include some leveling because a lot of it has bubbled up. I believe there was a pet that occupied the office who probably urinated on the floors. What? Yeah. So it would seal that off, which would help with the smell and things like that. Hopefully provide some longevity in here. Side note, I don't know if it's worth mentioning, but I, on my own, probably at that point, would just buy a can of paint because it's really cheap and do it myself, and maybe just give the office a little tiny facelift, which isn't super important, but more for my thing.
Yeah,
the district wouldn't be at any cost for that.
You could check by a vent, lifting one of the vents.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
we had 2 quotes for just the bathroom, 2 quotes for everything, and then 2 quotes for different quotes.
Skirting.
For the skirting. Correct. Now, in the skirting, I think this is, the skirting, the vapor barrier, when they're talking about vapor barrier, they're talking about horizontally or
On the ground.
vertically?
Yeah.
On the ground.
Yeah.
Right.
On the ground, really.
Yeah.
And then it includes insulation.
Correct.
And that would be a plastic enclosed vapor barrier type insulation.
And I did have a third company come for skirting. He just never got back to me. Maybe he ran for the
no insulation on skirting.
I know.
God, we're not in Minnesota. It would freeze up every week.
I'm surprised we haven't had more problems before then.
I'm surprised it's got your sewer. That's just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And probably wouldn't got that. Probably had the water running.
No, we did not have the water
Didn't
running.
have the water running.
Nope.
We had the same preset before.
Which good thing we didn't, because if it was, I don't know, the sewer line. Oh my
I would
god.
have built bicycles in there. Would have been interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, could have been worse. And
So the costs, it's obviously, I don't want to spend a dime.
right.
And everything that we spend is coming out of the budget. Your budget, your budget. We do have maintenance, but not this level for building.
Correct.
So it would come out from somewhere else.
Ultimately, the water and sewer.
And we know
category.
but we got to do something.
But it could go into capital improvements.
Oh yeah.
That's still money though.
That's still money.
Yeah,
Probably not
financial
depreciate.
statement.
It's essentially a repair, so we would want to depreciate that anyway. So if we depreciate things, so it's not
Yeah,
not
the
a big
flooring
company.
probably no, but the skirting, yeah.
So I had some questions on the quote. So it's not apples to apples on the floor. Gillies is some pretty inexpensive LVT, $2.80 a square foot. Did you get samples by or anything?
He did not, no.
Because that stuff can go anywhere from a buck you don't want, up to, I spent $6 on mine, and that was $3 off, so pretty nice stuff. That's thick. Then the other quote is materials are $4.79 a square foot, so it's $2 more, but it's not the same product. We can probably bank that. It's also not the same quantity. It's another couple hundred square feet on the second quote. So it's really not apples to apples. Labor is similar. I don't see in here, it says labor to tear out the carpet, but it also needs labor to prep the floor.
Yes, that was
A
discussed.
lot of it
was
is glue
prepping the
down, and
floor.
all that glue has to be scraped down smooth. And that is
That's what he said was.
a headache, let me tell you. You can't sand it, you gotta scrape it.
Is the carpet glued down?
Yes. It's got glue on it.
At some points, yes. But yeah, their focus was leveling.
It's probably edge glue, but there's glue over here. Probably the only thing protecting it. Otherwise, that particle board would have been swelled up.
Yeah.
But over
it's
here,
not
that
a
vinyl
chip.
is, if you're lucky, it's edge glue. Otherwise,
So if you're not going to have the edge tack, the tack strips with carpet with this thing, that's good.
I think it was already ripped up and then just kind of placed down because there's no padding under any of the carpet in here, so I don't think it was original.
You probably don't want to. You're venting that.
one right here.
Yeah.
Oh, it's nailed down.
Seal down.
Yeah. Can't break anything.
What do you get two hands on?
You break it, you bought it.
Yeah, mine too.
I never went to the effort of nailing it down.
Yeah.
I did go to the effort of cleaning all mine up from the 70s and painting them nice pewter color. Turned out great. And my daughter goes, "He went and bought me couple brand new ones. Plastic into the garbage."
Yeah, it is glued down.
Oh, yeah, it's got the vent, just the
You've
top
got
on
the
it.
vents on the edges,
Yeah.
not the middle.
You can't put it later. It's good. Pulling backing on it and it's glued down.
You can see the glue on top of it.
And then the foam lets go, and it's,
No, well, I wouldn't say there's too much foam. I don't think there is any.
Okay.
No, there's literally no powder there either. Because that foam just goes to powder.
right.
Well, I think we need to do something. I think we need to know what material we're putting down first, and that it includes, and then make sure it includes prep.
Yeah.
Okay, I will get more specific on the material.
Because prep is going to be, it's just like painting the house. The painting part is actually the cheaper, quicker part. It's the prep. If they don't do the prep right, then
Yeah,
that LVT is finicky.
it's great.
If there's a burr underneath, it'll show right through.
I will get them more comparable and in line, and then back together.
But I have no problem doing the whole office area. What we have is good to find.
And like I said,
We're wearing the floor out now. That
Oh, it's actually causing, that'll actually cause damage there if we don't have it covered up.
That's,
And that's not the only slope.
are we budgeted for it?
it would be ultimately, it would come out of the water and the sewer aspect of it. I mean, we're not even budgeted for the toilet overflow, essentially, but yeah, it would come out of the water and sewer budget. And I would end up donating my time and stuff to some minor updates and stuff of just the walls and whatever. I actually enjoy doing that type of work. I've grown up doing it. I've built my mom's house, stuff like that. But it'd just be nice to come in and see something just a little more. Which is my preference, which is why I have no problem buying the paint and doing those things.
People coming here, and this is an office of representation.
My favorite part is kids, because they have no filter. And they're like, oh my God, it stinks.
Well, I think there are two parts of that. A, it wants to be professional, but
Yeah.
it's also they do, and people, we don't want to overspend.
No,
But after we do the flooring here, the outside, bang, it needs a paint job. It's just like, our water system, if you let trees grow over it, same on the outside, it needs a paint job to protect the investment.
Well, in the old days, the board would get together and appoint a work crew.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I have no problem.
spraying the outside of this place.
It's not a difficult house to paint.
Yeah, no.
Straightforward.
And I have no problem doing that kind of stuff either at a very reasonable discounted rate. And the outside paint stuff is not a dire. The skirting,
makes it.
and we can plan for like a little bit at a time, just building maintenance stuff, even next fiscal year, and working on the outside paint. And I'd be willing to
Oh my God.
donate my time and efforts.
Jesse's complete painting service.
I really like painting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All you need is a public works license.
Okay.
Well, the public works license, we're working on some of those things.
I know.
We're going to raise the minimums.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, we talked about the interior carpet, LVT. What about the exterior?
Yeah, it'd be nice to
For the
get
$2.
one thing.
Which is really
There's two.
The cause of the problems that got us to have to look at quotes that we're looking at is because of the exterior.
They needed doing anyway.
I can't believe when I actually walked around and looked at the skirting, how bad it is, and it makes you wonder why. You know, the building hasn't shifted, the building hasn't moved, but snowbanks, snow falls off the roof and makes a clump, and then the weight goes in and bends this.
It probably was never put up rock in the beginning because it looks like it's old roofing.
Yeah.
So, question on the quotes. One is fairly detailed. What work they're going to do. But I'm not sure if it says what the outside material is going to be, but it says treated plywood, galvanized metal, so that's good. New fascia, pretty well detailed out. 60 man hours. There's option A and option B. I'm not sure what the difference is.
Vapor barrier. Pretty much it's vapor barrier.
Yeah, I don't think we need.
Well, no,
The vapor barrier.
they both have vapor barrier.
Well, one's 170 feet of treated plywood and one's 20 feet of treated plywood. That's a big difference. One's going all the way around, one is just repairing at one spot. New galvanized metal, new fascia, and maybe the other 150 feet is still good. I don't know. New fascia, manual vents, insulation. So you get almost the same thing, except you don't get treated plywood.
Okay, I'll ask what that difference is.
And that's, in the $6,000 to $8,000 range. And the next one just says material labor.
Right.
Look at that.
All skirting material, labor
Tell me
and
what we got the. What's his business name again?
DT flooring.
DT. Okay. So question.
DT flooring. But it's not detailed out. So we don't know what we're getting.
His price was closer to that option B.
It's Jesse, do you know about his work, or have you ever dealt with him before? To know
I just got some local recommendations from people in Apple. So I've never worked with either one of them, never met them. I just with my initial meeting, I did feel like Gillies was seemed like they knew what they were doing more with the discussion of rain off or runoff and rain down the walls and taking care of the bellying or the belly band and stuff. But yeah, I want to make sure I get you guys.
If you're in the second quote, we have a contract with Reefer Office for remodeling right now. And he'd probably be interested in
I would certainly entertain another quote.
Do they have any public works contractors?
No, not for this one.
No.
No.
Just
They're not working on
Because neither one of these look like it.
Right.
they're not. And
One's a
yeah,
registered contract. They do need to be registered contractors.
yes. And one of them did ask that because he has done a lot of business with. He's like, I don't need to have a public works license, right? And no, unless you're working on the system itself. But this is the building.
They got to use American steel.
What about Bayview contractors?
I didn't. So when I posted in the Apple group for some recommendations of people. So I didn't see anything with Bayview, but if you have any ideas, I certainly am welcome to reach out to anyone.
Okay.
More close, the better. Yeah.
I would check with Chad Cannon.
I'm looking for a small contract.
Oh,
Yeah.
is he Chad?
Yeah.
He's good work.
What kind of work did you do?
Yeah.
Well, he's the one that. He has a big addition on
6th Street,
Yeah.
the old kind of house.
right off of the main.
That Adam?
Yeah.
Cat's done.
Right behind the motel.
Years.
Yes.
And I'm trying to think, are there any other, I know there's a lot of independent contractors, and the reason they're called independent contractors, they're damned independent.
Yeah.
But Chad he is a licensed contractor, and he's bonded.
Okay. I can reach out to
He's a
him.
general.
See.
He's
He's a general.
well, he would do the work.
And he would do.
Yeah.
I'll reach out.
Yeah, I'll send him up.
Okay, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, Monday and Wednesday I'll be here, so yeah.
But do have them, ask them to put some details in so that we can make a better judgment.
Okay. I'll show, kind of going off the more detailed quote, obviously with no figures involved. We don't want them to know what other people are, but here's what we're looking for. Can you please make your quote in line with?
And whether we're replacing skirting all the way around, which is one of the quotes basically.
Yeah.
But then this lower quote is obviously just replacing them.
Yeah, which I never asked for just a small section, so I don't know.
Well, then, no, I don't know. Yeah,
Many bills have been something.
I'll send him up.
The first one mentions insulation. The second one.
Yeah, the second one has no detail.
Whether it's there or not, I don't know.
Well, the second one says just inch and a half insulation.
No, the second quote.
They had 2 lines, materials, and
Yeah, the DT flooring doesn't have any mention. It just says material.
Okay, we'll get more
I don't know what that
information with
is.
that, and then we can move further with that next month.
I think we do need to march together with both of those projects. I think we have no choice on the skirting.
Well, and
Blood
after
sugar. Blood sugar.
now we have the pulse stamps. I mean, we're just the damaging buildings are not caring for it. And as you said, music, and this is our representation.
And there's, other things.
We want to.
The walkway out front is a little dicey in places. Probably needs to be reset.
Okay, well, we'll come back to that next month. So that takes care of the new